Hi everyone, I'm happy to see you again. I'm very excited in each lesson. How about you? The lesson today is very special. It marks the first lesson after we learn the writing systems. It means we will learn the lesson 1 today. In lesson 1, I will guide you some vocabularies, structures which are used in daily life. After finished the lesson today, you have to know all the vocabularies in lesson 1. Don't worry, it is just some basic vocabularies. It's very easy. Second, all the structures, and you have to use it fluently. So, are you ready for it? Let's move to the vocabulary first. All the vocabulary we will learn in this lesson will be the basic words like pronouns, hospital, or school. Therefore, just take note and learn by heart. The first group is person pronouns. 私 It means I or me. 私たち It's we. Second person あなた This word is only used in case you meet a person for the first time and you don't know who she or he is. Third person is 彼 means he. 彼女 is she. あの人 means that person. However, when you know someone's name or have a close relationship, Japanese people don't use あなた as you learn above. They have rule of calling someone name. When you want to call everybody, you say 皆さん. It is also like ladies and gentlemen. When calling someone name, the person who are in direct dialogue needs to call politely. They put さん after their name, but it is only used when call other people name. We don't use it to ourselves. When calling children, we put ちゃん after their name. For example, you must have known the famous comic book Maruko-chan. This comic book has the name of the little girl Maruko. Therefore, people would call her Maruko-chan. However, chan is only used for little girls, and for boys, Japanese people call kun. One more thing is when you want to say where you come from, such as I'm American, we will say the name of the country, then put the suffix "jin". I'm Vietnamese, Vietnamese. I'm American, American. It's easy to remember, right? The vocabulary about school we will learn involve 大学 is university. 学校 school. 教師 teacher. But this word is only for career. 学生 student. And 先生 is teacher. When you speak direct to the teachers or you mention some other teachers, just call 先生 instead of calling their name. This shows the politeness and respect. For example, Lee, teacher Lee, or teacher Tanaka. The vocabulary about company are 会社 is company. 会社員 is employee of a company. But if you use name of a company, you will say 社員. For example, ABC 社員 employee of ABC company. Group of hospital has only 2 words are 病院 hospital, 医者 doctor. Bank is also Ginko. Ginkoin is blank employee. Next, I will introduce to you name of countries in the world. First, America means America. Inggris is England. India. Indonesia, Indonesia. Thailand. Deutsch, Germany. France, Brazil, Nihongo, Japan. Hankoku, Korea. Chugoku, China. That's all the vocabulary we learned today. Too much is not good either. Try to learn it by heart, all of this letter, guys. Remember to divide it into groups to learn easy. I will check your homework in any time. So now, I will introduce to you some structures. When learning Japanese, we have to use it in our daily life, right? Let's see what we will learn here. Suppose you walk into a room with your friends. The first sentence you have to say is 失礼します. It means excuse me. This is very polite and necessary. It shows that you respect the person. When your friend wants to introduce you to them, they will say こちらはさんです. For example, my name is Ha. My friend have to say こちらはHaです. Or when you want to say what's your name, it would be お名前は? This is a short sentence of お名前は何ですか? 何ですか means what. After asking name, we will introduce ourselves. First, you have to say はじめまして means nice to meet you. Like in English, we also say nice to meet you for the first time meet. What else? When you want to introduce where you come from or your hometown, we say から来ました. Like アメリカから来ました. I'm come from America. After you finish your introduction, you have to say どうぞよろしくお願いします. Means like please take care of me. It sounds interesting, right? So we have already passed the vocabulary and some structures. Let's move to the part 2, is grammar. The first sentence you learned is an introduced sentence. It can be said that this sentence will be the basic sentence that will be used frequently. The structure affirmative sentence is N1 wa N2 des. It means N1 is N2. In here, N1 and N2 are nouns, and practical is wa. N1 is a theme or also subject of a sentence, while N2 is the information that the writer or speaker would like to present about the subject. The practical wa is a word marked the end of the subject. Actually, in Japanese, there are some practical used to recognize subject and object. We will see in the following lesson. Oh, I heard some person wonder why the practical when we speak is wa, not ha, right? This letter write ha, but when we read or speak, it is a practical, so we have to say wa. For example, I will introduce to you myself that I'm a student. I will say 私は学生です. The negative sentence is N1 は N2 ではありません. If you're observant, we only change this into ではありません. It means N1 is not N2. It is in writing or solemn presentation. In speaking, we use it shorter, じゃありません or じゃない. This is only in use when it is less informal. For instance, when you speak to a person who you know before. With the same example above, when I said, I'm not a student, I would say, 私は学生ではありません. Or, 私は学生じゃありません. When you want to turn it into a question to confirm the information is correct or incorrect, you put the particle か at the end of the affirmative sentence. Particle か shows that you are not sure about something and you want to ask. When you use question to ask, you have to read it higher to emphasize the question, same like in English, right? The answer for the question, if it is correct, はい, or if it is wrong, いいえ. To give you an example, when you want to ask, is Tanaka a student? We have to ask, 田中さんは学生ですか? If it is correct, you say, はい、学生です. And if it is wrong, you say, いいえ、学生じゃありません. In question which has interrogative, for example, who, where, how, you just need to put it in the sentence. The word order remains unchanged. Don't forget to put か at the end of the sentence. For example, you want to ask, who is she? We will say, あの人は誰ですか? The second sentence I want to introduce to you is a sentence means as well or similar to. The structure of a sentence is ん, も. We use the sentence when we want to represent the second clause same as the first, and of course in the sentence we have two clauses. For example, Tanaka is a student. Aki is also a student. We will say, 田中さんは学生です. Akiさんも学生です. The last sentence we learn is a possessive sentence. N1, no N2, means N2 of N1. Take note, in Japanese it is contrary to English. Many people have a mistake on it. To understand it, let's take an example. Or you want to say Tanaka is an employee of ABC Company. Tanaka さんは ABC の社員です. When we learn language, don't just learn it through theory. We have to practice a lot to remember it easier. Let's practice together. Suppose the situation is that an American student named Lisa meet and talk to a Japanese student named Aki. Let's apply the theory we just learned to practice some small exercise. First, Lisa will say, はじめまして. Nice to meet you. Aki also say, はじめまして. Then Lisa will introduce herself. 私は Lisa です。アメリカから来ました。よろしくお願いします。I'm Lisa. I'm come from America. Please take care of me. And Aki say, 私は Aki です。日本から来ました。よろしくお願いします。I'm Aki. I'm come from Japan. Please take care of me too. So in this dialogue, they use some vocabulary we learned and also the basic sentence above. Do you remember? If not, just look back on the theory above. That's it. We have learned enough. Let's take a break. While we take Grace, do you want to listen music with me? This song is very funny. I'm sure that you will love it. This song name Boku wa Kuma. It means I'm a bear. It's very cute, isn't it? Let's sing it together. If you like it, I will send you a Japanese song in each lesson. This is also a way to learn Japanese very effective. So, we have finished lesson 1. Let's see again what we have learned in this lesson. By the way, I will ask you some questions, and you answer it. First, let's repeat all the vocabulary related to school, hospital, company, and bank. Second, when you want to ask someone's name, how do you say? The answer is お名前は? Third, how do you introduce yourself? In this case, we will use the structure N1, wa, and 2, this. In here, N1 proper nouns, and 2 is nouns which show the position, career, or other name. For example, my name is Anne. 私は Anne です. Fourth, when you want to use negative sentence to confirm the information. The answer is N1, wa, and 2, じゃありません. For example, I'm not Anne. 私は Anne じゃありません. Fifth, how would you say I'm come from America? The answer is, in vocabulary I had shown you the sentence. In this case, we use the structure N1, wa, and 2, から来ました. For example, I'm come from America. 私はアメリカから来ました. Sixth, how would you introduce the third person? In this case, we will use the structure そちらはさんです. For example, here's teacher Yamada. そちらは山田先生です. So, I have already resumed the lesson 1. How do you feel about the first lesson? Try to learn and practice all the vocabulary and structure of this lesson. We will learn the next lesson soon. When learning Japanese, we are not only learning the language, but also the culture of Japan. Today, in Culture Corner, I will introduce to you about Japanese etiquette. As we know, Japanese people has well-behaved rule. It has created an unique culture of Japan. They set a lot of rules. Together, let's see what it is. First, it's a way to bow. To bow is a traditional custom in Japan. There are 3 ways to bow. It is divided to the level relationship between 2 people, location, time, and context. First of all is slightly bow. 15 degree, when you meet a person in high position or in the lobby. Second is medium bow. Approximate 30 degree. You bow a little bit lower and respect the person. Finally, respectful bow 45 degree to the special person, or in solemn case. Don't bow your head, your back must be straight. The way to put hands in women and men also different. Men let 2 hands straight flank. For women, they put their hands in front. Second is a behavior through telephone. Japanese company has a view that the way employee behave through phone is the basic thing to evaluate the company. It also affects the feel of the job. When the phone call, we have to pick it up, the first or second bell, and say the name of the company. Don't let the customer waiting. In case you are busy with your work and have to pick up the telephone late in 3 rings bell, you have to say apologize first. When calling phone, try to talk in brief and focus on purpose of the job to avoid wasting time of the listener. Even write down what you need to say before calling someone. Third is the appearance. The appearance is considered a characteristic of Japanese culture. Focus on appearance is a way you respect the people around and show the quality of human, especially in business. Clothes is suitable for the context, location, and age. It affects a lot of prestiges of individual and company. In education, to educate the employee, some company guide the employee in detail from clothes to hair and nails. The motto of Japanese is derived from the appearance. It means first is always the appearance, then the aim of each thing. Fourth is attitude in working. Employee always have on time. Absolutely don't let the guest to wait. Therefore, lots of Japanese have the habit to turn the watch into a few minutes. The way you keep appointments is also shown through the phone. Come to the company on time. Deliver to customer on time. In working, employee from company use we more than I. Japanese people conceive that the success of work comes from the effort of teamwork. Nobody can succeed by themselves. They emphasize the value of teamwork in the way to behave to boss. In Japan, the decentralization between employee and employer is one of the famous customs in Japanese culture. Employee must notice from the way to talk, eating the table, and in work. Fifth is business card is really important for the first time meet. After receive the business card, you have to keep it carefully to respect the person. Don't put it in your pocket. You have to put it carefully in the wallet or a small bag of business card. But while you are talking in the table, just put it on the table. It can be said that the wise behavior, also polite in work, combine a good custom that help Japanese people always success in their business. We have to learn from them to improve ourselves. So, the lesson today is finished, and I hope to see you in the following lesson. Sayonara.